Hi friends, Andromeda of Earth here. Sitting down, preparing to do our weekly read. We are in the week of May 17th. So we're in mid-May. I believe we're heading into Gemini season this week. Woo-hoo. A little bit of light to all the Taurian earthly energy. And light, I mean air, right? A little bit more movement. Taurus is stubborn. Taurus is beautiful, of course, but Taurus is stubborn. Gemini is mutable. So it's a fun energy to step into if you're feeling sort of stagnant and unmoving. That will likely change. We also have Venus in Gemini going retrograde. We have Jupiter in Jupiter, not in Gemini. Jupiter and Saturn both also in retrograde, so it's a lot of revisiting, reevaluating, reassessing, reviewing, rereading. Ask questions. This is a time to ask questions. What gives us pleasure? I think it's a good idea to utilize the time where we are now, right, being Sun and Taurus time, utilizing the time instead of constantly wishing it away, waiting for, the next transit so that we can feel some relief. It's like, no. Relief is always available to us at any moment we choose. Relief can only be given and felt in the now. So feel it in the now. I'm going to get out the Wolfe Tarot for this week. We'll have our weekly read, our weekly spread, as we normally do, being know, show, and grow, which is also head, heart, and balance, and past, present, and future. Always remembering that the future can always change, does always change. It's not something that's set in stone. This is just our future with where we are, in our mindset right now. These are all pictures and snapshots of where we are right now. So really, whenever you are watching this, you are ready to receive the information that was talked about. Time has time is an entity in and of itself. And our relationship with time, I think, is very vital, because we live within time. It's not something we're going to escape, really. But if we change our relationship and attitudes in regards to time, that it doesn't have to be a burden, and this is a great time to do that, being Saturn is retrograde, so Kronos, Saturn. Anyway, here's the She-Wolf. This is, I believe, the first edition, so The backs that you would get now are a little different. Gorgeous. I almost want to get it again just to get the back. But anyway, it's just art. That's how I feel about all these various things. It's just art. All the decks. Amazing. So for our no and our head and our past, we have the Six of Pentacles. Not in focus over. Here we go. Let's see if I can make it better. So a woman sitting upon, wow, it looks like some sort of stone, not really a throne, but she is definitely pregnant. She is in the process of budding and blossoming. It looks like she has some sort of offering to give while she is there perched near the ruins of an ancient temple, is what it looks like. Above her we have, it looks like a falcon, which I'm sure has meaning and symbolism, right, in and of itself, it being a bird of prey. It looks like it is carrying something as well. Is it wisdom? I know that symbol is a Egyptian symbol, and the falcon is definitely one of those cherished archetypes. So there is a reverence that's here in our minds, knowing that we are creating something, knowing that we are serving our divine purpose. And the wisdom that we need and that we seek and our ability to see is right over us. Doesn't look like we're really perceiving it though, but it's there, available, but we're focused on an ancient structure. And I wonder what would happen to this woman if she would just let go of her offering, give her offering to the structure, and then just simply reach up for the wisdom, for the insight. She could have it. The falcon is offering it to her. And remember, this is a woman, but it really just is a representative of the divine feminine, right there. And there are divine feminine aspects within all people, male, female, non-binary. So this is the divine feminine within us. So the key words are gain, abundance, overcoming, success, and fertility. We have overcome the dissonance of the Five of Pentacles and have recreated a sense of balance and symmetry. There is now discernible wisdom in our pocket after a good deal of loss. We now understand that loss is not the be-all, end-all. Things change all the time. Pieces are reconfigured or missing altogether, but it doesn't mean that the machine stops working. Bones will knit, flesh will heal, hearts will mend. When we receive this card, we are being asked to be generous with what we've learned and use our energies to create the betterment of all people and places we come across. I am full of potential, flexibility, and healing energy is the mantra. So we can take whatever messages from that seem appropriate, whatever interpretation works for you. Of course, normal, I'll lay these out and do a crystal grid with Reiki, and you can see these cards again to get whatever messages you need up on Patreon in my part 2. I'm going to shuffle some more and see what will come out for our heart. I realized somewhere within chatting about that card that I hadn't called any beings forth. And I'm realizing that it most likely is because I had already done so. Maybe it's unconsciously, subconsciously, I was preparing and whatnot. So I lit a candle. Whenever I light a candle, I feel like I've done that work. So if you're wondering, why I didn't go through, the invocation that I typically do, it wasn't indicated. Whoever needed to be here is already here. Whether it just means just you and I, or whoever else could potentially see this video, then that's truth. I am sipping on some hand forged with love nettle tea. Oh my gosh, I've never sipped a tea before that so strongly asked to not have anything added to it. It was just like, no, I am perfect just as I am. The baby just kicked me. Thank you so much, Hannah. I appreciate you. So I was shuffling and the Six of Wands came out. So we've got Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. So, I mean, if you're into numbers and numerology, 66, obviously. I mean, who knows what else we're going to get in this reading. But my goodness, how beautiful is this card. I mean, it's obviously all about the sun. Let's see if I can get it into focus better. I got some glare from the sun happening. But it looks like we have a couple of people worshiping the sun, and the sun just shining all around, and especially upon this being, this woman, this goddess floating in the clouds above everyone. And this person is just basking in it. So this is our heart space, basking in the sun. This is what needs to happen, right? Like, get it while it's good. And the sun is just starting to poke out in most places. Get out. You know, I'm thinking of the god Ra, the sun. So that's definitely it, a message, as well as when I was looking in the guidebook, this is symbolizing Hathor, which I had a feeling, but they often put the heads of the falcon on a man body, but I guess, you know, it's all in various forms. There's lots of forms that the symbolism comes in. So it's like this woman's in the desert, right? But she doesn't give a fuck. She's got all the moisture she needs. She's on the clouds. When I think of 6, I think of universal energy, energy that spirals. It's a very feminine energy, a very curvy versus linear. And this card is telling me, in our present moment, in our heart space, in we can show our joy, we can show our relax, we can show our, you know, not having any specific agenda other than soaking up the rays, receiving the life from, you know, the center of our solar system, receiving the light, the information. You know, this being is probably getting a shit ton of downloads. You know, like, and activating all the enzymes and immune boosting chemicals in her body. This is definitely what all of us need to be doing, and all the time, not just during this time where we're told to be sick. Oh, that's interesting. We're told to be scared of being sick. You know, who says I'm going to get sick at all? Like, I have a healthy immune system. You know, if you don't have a healthy immune system, then figure out what you can do to make that happen. A lot of it is diet, rest, hydration, exercise, sunlight, sex, friendship. And we all get our light in different ways. Let's see what Devani says about the 6 of Wands. See if anything else pops up. Oh, I'm really close. Victory, celebration, basking, inner warmth, and accomplishment. Let's read the mantra. That was really fun. I celebrate all of my victories. Yeah. It's okay to celebrate. You know, even a victory so much as I made myself a really healthy cup of tea and I communed with plant animals. Fuck yeah! Plant animals, plant allies. Sort of animals. Different kingdom. So how about creating a balance between the two? Between our head and our heart. Let's see where we're going. In case you care, and you saw me put on my necklace. In the beginning of the video, this is a talisman by Knots and Locks. Kulani Jane is a wonderful person. Absolutely love their mindset of creating eco-friendly jewelry and being in a business that can, be supporting zero waste and a sustainable now. It's very inspiring, so that's why I definitely will continue to participate and support Kulani. I really love their candles that they're producing, Kulani and her partner. I think it's Jim. The Ace of Cups. The beginning of an emotional deep dive. A beginning with a new relationship with a new vortex. The being sees it. They're just about ready to dive in. And change from being on this walking on water state, almost like they're in this like sort of heaven, real close to the sun, but they're done with this journey. They want to dive in to that cup. So it's not like they're unhappy with where they are. They're just ready. So a new emotional journey. That's super exciting. What a gorgeous chalice that sort of looks like a black hole. There's like a black hole here, and then out of it is popping a whole entire galaxy. It's like this being is like a star seed, and they're just like coming into choosing this galaxy, and they're like, yeah, I want to go there. There's something there for me. You don't really know from that high up what's in there, or maybe they do. Maybe they can see from that far out and zoom all the way in and see and pick and choose and be like, I'm going there. It's very, very beautiful. It's a very delicate touch. They're waiting for the right moment. So balance. So I just received this deck in the mail. It's the birth deck. I was able to explore it before, but that didn't work out. So got it for Mother's Day. Super excited. It's 50 Ways to Comfort a Woman in Labor. And something told me to bring it over because I wanted to draw an oracle card out of this birth deck. So many of us, I've noticed, so many of us have this sense of creation, like we are birthing something. And birth is intense, you know, and it can be painful. It doesn't have to be painful. But, so anyway, you know, when we are experiencing discomfort and pain, it's for a reason. And often the reason is a message, in my opinion. So this is kind of cool because it's just cards talking about different ways to comfort and, like it says, support a woman in labor. So I see the very fertile woman in our past, you know, the basking in the light and the creation of a new vortex, a new cup, a new toroidal field, you know, maybe a new being, you know, but it's a new emotional journey. And so when I was done talking about these, and I was just like, man, I feel like there's more. And now you know I'm using the birth deck. We're all birthing something. So, massage, the bum press. So this no doubt helps to relieve some of the discomfort that happens into the tailbone and the pelvis and into the lower back. But as an intuitive message, you know, what this is telling me is to just lay down. You know, if we're feeling excruciating pains or major fatigue or just unknowing, you know, it's okay to lay down and it's okay to rest. Even if you don't fall asleep, to just let your body lay down. Look outside to the trees swaying in the breeze. If you don't have one of those, you know, find a flag. If you don't have one of those, find a relaxing yeah, I was just thinking to mimic, you know, that kind of natural movement. You know, obviously on your phone isn't ideal, but you could totally, like, if you don't have any nature outside your window, you know, you can bring nature to you and just lay there. It's totally okay. This is your sign to relax. Helps to relieve the pain of contractions and relax the hips and lower back. So take that for whatever message you find to be appropriate. Like I said before, I'll have these up on Patreon for part 2. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Talk soon.